All right, kind of jump into not a whole ton of big stuff, but a few things. The aggravated assaults, both of those are essentially just reports. One of them was a person that had their car damaged, and then when they yelled at the suspect threatened them with a knife. No injuries with that. The suspect ended up leaving. Almost the same thing with the second one. That was a person who was threatened with a knife. The one assault was a domestic. The burglary, that was an attempt at a home. Disorderlies are all reports that involve juveniles. The embezzlement was a car that was loaned out. Family offenses, some more reports. Nothing super huge with the larcenies. Probably the one unusual thing was an attempt where somebody tried to steal an ATM. And this happened sometime overnight. We get a call just before 3 a.m. This was to a bank near 41st and Sycamore. There was somebody used a bulldozer. There's construction in the area. They were able to get that bulldozer and knocked over the ATM. They did not take it. They didn't leave with it. Doesn't sound like they were able to get into it. They just simply knocked it over. When the officers got there, the bulldozer was still running. That's essentially it. The bank has cameras. I guess we haven't got the footage yet, basically. So nobody they contacted had access to that, so we don't know if it was one person or multiple people that were involved, and still investigating that.
We know if keys were left in the vehicle, or how does that?
Yeah, that I don't know. I'm sure there'll be more follow-up today, getting hold of the construction company to find out if, and I think we've seen that before in other cases. Periodically, the construction, when they're doing construction, keys sometimes inadvertently are left in machinery. I don't think it happens that often, and I don't know if that was the case here, where it was accidental, or if there's something else going on. The other larcenies, a lot of shopliftings and bicycles stolen, surprisingly. A few packages as well, but nothing high dollar. No big quantities on the narcotics. Sex offenses are all reports. A couple of sex offenders didn't register, but no arrests on any of those. No aggravated assaults got lumped in with the simple. Sometimes that happens, but the simple assaults primarily were domestics. Vandalisms, we had a couple of graffiti cases. The weapons violation, the first one was a guy that fired a shotgun into the air. It was around just after midnight near 48th and Ellis Road. Some neighbors were outside, and all of a sudden this guy came out, fired the shotgun into the air. Ultimately, he was arrested for reckless discharge. There were no injuries. And the second was a road rage incident. Began with one vehicle, cut off a second vehicle, and then the drivers kind of started exchanging words and gestures, and the suspect ended up holding up a gun. Didn't point it at the victim, but held up the gun. So they went their separate ways after that, so no arrests at this point on that one. Bless you. That's all the stuff I have, unless you guys have anything else.
Can we get the name for the arrest?
The weapons violation?
Yeah.
Yeah. His last name is Barry, B-A-R-R-Y. First is Timothy, T-I-M-O-T-H-Y. Middle is George, G-E-O-R-G-E. He's 61, from Sioux Falls, and it was just the one charge of reckless discharge of a firearm.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Anything else? Okay, thanks.